What's up, graphic designers? Valentine's Day is approaching, and today we're going to take part in a very special tradition here in Photoshop class, and we're going to be creating a Valentine's Day button for a special someone in our class using these photos, and we're going to produce something that looks a little bit like this. So this is the template that we're going to be using, and I noticed that at the very top layer it says last step. Hide this layer. So this circle right here, this is the edge of the front. We're going to want to make sure that all the text is inside, and then prior to submitting it as a JPEG, we're going to simply hide that layer. Amazing. All right, so how do we create this? How do we desaturate and apply layer masks? That's a wonderful question. So the first thing that I'm going to do is use the object selection tool, and I'm going to make sure that rectangle is selected. So thank you, Skylar, for volunteering. Very much appreciate that. And we've got what looks like a wonderful selection. So I'm going to add a layer mask. This looks great. I noticed that there's some green from the background right along the left side. So I'm noticing that I'm still in the layer mask. I'm going to press B for brush, and then we're going to clean it up. You guys are going to do a much better job. You can use selection tools as well. That looks great. So now this is critical. We're going to press Command A, Command Shift C, Command V. And so now we've got just this image, right? There's no background, there's no layer mask. And what we're going to do is use the, actually, before we do anything else, not only we're pressing it once, we're going to press Command J a second time. And here is why. We want to make a selection of just the roses. And to do that, I'm going to continue to use the object selection tool. I'm going to swap it out from rectangle to lasso, because of course everything's going to be desaturated except for these artificial flowers. And now we're going to apply a layer mask to this layer, and nothing changes, right? Nothing looks different. But if I hide the layer underneath, you'll notice that all that remains is those flowers there on top, and that makes sense. Oh, all those flowers and her thumb. So what I'm going to do, that's kind of weird, right? I'm going to press B for brush, and let's get rid of this. I got black in the foreground, of course. Alright, so there we go. We don't want that there. Alright, this looks good now. I'm going to bring back Skylar. I'm going to jump down a layer, and now we're going to press Command Shift U, Command L, maybe Command L, but this has got a really nice tonal range, so I'm going to lighten the lights just a tad, just a tiny bit, and darken the darks just a tad, almost nothing. That looks great. I'm going to return to the flowers layers, and I'm actually going to press Command M, and we can boost the colors just a tiny bit, and so it looks just a little bit more vibrant. Again, I press Command M to do that. That pulls up curves, and this looks tremendous. We're just about done, so I'm going to press Command A, Command Shift C, and we're going to go to that blank button template. I'm going to press Command V, Command T. Let's shrink this down. Okay. This looks great, and so I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to press check to confirm. I'm going to drag Skylar underneath that layer. Alright, and I'm thinking about space. Like, we're going to need a little bit of space for text, and I think that looks perfect right there. Okay, and so what are we going to do? We're going to add some text. It's going to say maybe Happy Valentine's Day. It's going to certainly say 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to put the year in there. That's critical, because this is going to become like a memento of your experience here at lab. Something that looks a little bit like this. I'm going to do space, 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 space. That way it's aligned with the side of her head. I'm going to press Command T. That looks lovely. We're going to put the year in there, somewhere subtle, somewhere small, relatively small. And again, this is on a like 2.5, 3-inch button, so it's small in and of itself. And I might pick a different font. I'm just sort of experimenting. I like that right there. We're going to hide that last layer. We're going to write your name up here. My assumption is we'll be able to identify you, but just in case your photo is not on there, we're going to want to make sure that it's indicated. So you're going to write just your first name. It's not that serious. Check to confirm. Save it as a JPEG. Let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to see your work. Good luck.